Hey everyone, let's talk about something that's on every developer's mind right now. Building for a world that seems to be in constant motion. With challenges like new weather patterns and complex rules popping up all the time, the pressure is on. But here's the thing, that's also where the real opportunity for innovation lies. So, this is really the big question we're all trying to answer, isn't it? How do we build projects that are not only a smart investment, but are also strong enough to handle whatever the future throws at them? It's about more than just buildings. It's about creating communities that last. So let's dive into a new blueprint for how to get that done. All right, to really get this, we first have to understand the new reality we're all working in. The ground rules for development are changing, and I mean that quite literally. Now, what you're looking at here, these aren't just minor headaches. They're major, industry-wide challenges. We've got cities growing faster than ever, weather that's getting harder to predict, and a real demand for projects to be safer and more resilient. On top of all that, the compliance paperwork just keeps getting more complex. And this brings us to a really key point. The old way of doing things, just reacting to problems as they happen or ticking boxes after the fact, it just doesn't cut it anymore. Honestly, it's too slow, it's way too risky, and in the long run, it's incredibly expensive. We need a totally new way of thinking. So what is that new way? Well, it all starts with a huge shift in mindset. It's about moving away from seeing oversight as an obstacle and instead seeing it as a modern, collaborative partnership. We call this new approach intelligent oversight. And I know that might sound a little formal, but think of it this way. It's not a watchdog, it's a strategic partner. It's all about using data and modern tech to proactively support developers, giving them the insights they need to succeed while keeping communities safe. This chart really lays it out perfectly. The old way feels like an audit, right? Reactive, focused on problems, and usually finding them when it's already too late. The new way is a real partnership. It's proactive, it's focused on finding solutions, and it's all about getting ahead of challenges before they turn into major headaches. It's a game changer.
Okay, so you're probably wondering, how does this partnership actually work on the ground? Well, it's not just a nice idea. It's powered by a whole toolkit of modern, data-driven tools that are built for today's world. It all breaks down into a really simple three-step process. First, we assess. Before you even break ground, you use risk scans and terrain reports to know exactly what you're dealing with. Then, you monitor. This means keeping an eye on the site in real time for things like potential erosion or flooding. And finally, you report everything through clear, simple dashboards that show the positive impact you're having. And this is so important. This isn't about replacing anyone. These tools are designed to work right alongside your engineering team. Think of it as an early warning system that gives them the data they need to spot issues early and ultimately reduce the massive workload that comes with compliance. It makes everyone's job easier. All right, so we've seen the how, and now we get to the best part, the why. What are the actual tangible benefits when developers and communities are on the same team? Let's get into it. For developers, the wins are huge. First off, you're looking at seriously reduced risks. That means fewer costly delays. Second, you get faster approvals because you can walk into meetings with solid evidence-based reports. And third, you build an incredible brand reputation as a leader in safety. That's a massive advantage in today's market. But wait, there's more. This approach also makes meeting requirements from agencies like the DENR way smoother. It sets you apart as a forward-thinking leader who uses technology. And maybe most importantly, it builds confidence with everyone, from your investors all the way down to the end buyers. It creates a brand people genuinely trust. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to this simple, powerful truth. Protecting the community protects the investment. The two go hand in hand. Okay, let's just zoom out for a second. This way of thinking, it's bigger than any single project. What we're really talking about here is laying the groundwork for a much safer, more resilient future for all of us. This isn't about just getting one development done right. It's about adopting a philosophy that raises the bar for the entire industry. It's a chance to really lead the way and create a lasting, positive legacy. And when you boil it all down, this new blueprint, this shift to partnership, it's all pointing toward one single ambitious goal. And what is that goal? It's to make our communities a global model for what responsible, tech-enabled land development really looks like. A place where innovation, profit, and safety don't just coexist, they actually fuel each other. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. As you plan your next move, ask yourself this. Are you just building a project for today, or are you truly building for the future? Thanks for joining me.